Okay, going to start the demo soon. Just loading at my Pinterest page now. Okay. Today we're going to do kind of the idea of emotion in a composition. We're going to try to do some interesting contrasts in that regard. So I just want to bring up some of my references from the lectures. Is this the one? No. Let's see, still looking here. I didn't think it was under composition, but maybe. Oh, it is. Okay. Andrew Loomis composing pictures. Okay. So I find this a pretty useful image to refer to. When you're thinking about doing a block out and you want to keep things simplified to start with, which I always try to do. And I think you can create this sort of feelings that are represented by these different shapes, different uses of line here. Yeah, so I think what we'll do here is I'm going to try to create sort of a contrast of some I guess I'm going to say a positive and negative connotations in the emotional response. I'm going to try to make sort of a calm environment, and then put insert kind of a less calm element in there, perhaps some structures built in it. I'll be looking at things like in the environment, things like spirals, rhythm, these uses of lines that we'll create through the geo that we add in the level. Maybe some triangles in the distance. But then we'll create, in the midst of that, we'll create some broken shapes, maybe some obliques, maybe some harsh angles, and see how we can create sort of mixed feelings in the player. This will be more of a, I'm not sure how much we'll be walking through this scene. It'll be more when we talk about, again, the idea of a node network, which I bring up quite a lot from the lecture. If I go back to here, and sorry, that's not it. Spatial composition, okay. Yeah, if we go back to the idea of our node network here, excuse me, what we'll try to do is we'll try to create some views from at least one player directive as they enter a new space. We'll see how we can go from there. Okay, so, oops. This is from last week's assignment. So I think I'm just going to grab all this stuff and delete it. Because we don't need this right now. And I'm going to do some experiments with Probe Builder again, just for my block out. We could actually also add a terrain, but I'm going to go more with some actual meshes. Let's see if we do new poly shape. No. Let's do new shape arch. Now let's go with arch. So this will be our arch. Just add a little bit of geometry to it. I'm going to start off pretty abstract here. We'll see how non-abstract we get after a little while. Now, did I just build two? No, I just built one. Okay. So I'm going to copy the camera here. I'll name this just a scene view. And again, we'll turn it off so it's not actually, well, not used in game anyway. Turn the component off. Now let's rotate it. There we go, to face outwards a little bit. Maybe to start, we'll create some motion. Maybe the player can exit out of a narrow space. But then ultimately they'll emerge onto into a space where they have the more calming view of the landscape, or the vista, kind of, so to speak. So I think I'll just work with actually, maybe I can just use these. And we'll look at doing that in a minute. Right now, I'm going to create first sort of a really emotionally jarring kind of an environment here. And if I do solid color, does that change it the way I want? All these solid colors. Okay, so you could do something like oftentimes going down makes the player feel like a loss of power. So if you think of it that way, this could be a moment where the player feels, when they go downhill, they feel emotionally more of a negative connotation to their emotions. We could do that. So I'll start off that way. In fact, this is bothering me. It's a little fussy, but I was hoping to be more of a gray, more of a darker color. I could make my own, I guess, but I thought there might be one in here. I guess I can always just copy. Do that. I'm going to use a little bit of color. I feel like the color here is a little too light. It's not getting my feeling across. So I will duplicate this. And we'll call it oh boy, okay. Auto grade dark gray. And we'll just tint it a little bit. Let me put it on these. Actually, maybe I'll do solid color. Yeah, I'm going to go for that a little bit. This is pretty fussy, but I can't help myself today. That's how it's feeling. Okay, so now we'll do solid color. And we'll just do I was hoping to match these, but I guess that's a little fussy. Yeah. It's not that hard though, is it? Guess not. Where is it? Okay. Okay, there we go. I guess that's, boy. All right. Thanks for patiently waiting through that delay. That was probably unnecessary, but the color was really bothering me for some reason. Okay, so let's see. We'll just sort of rotate these guys out. Now this is kind of an easy way for me to quickly get this across. I feel like when you're doing organic stuff or you're doing, what do you call it, destruction, debris, you kind of have an easier job justifying the kind of shapes you want, because you can destroy them any way you want to, and or not any way you want to, but a lot of different ways you might want to, and you can get that feeling of you can get more of the exact kind of feeling you want when you're able to do that versus having to build architecture. But maybe if this was a cave, it could be argued that this was kind of a bit jarring here for players to see. Lift this up a little. I want to use some of these rock spikes here. To try to create more sense of tension. I'm going to try to put more jagged lines, and this is what I'm trying to do. So I want to make sure that the player can clear these okay, though. Okay. Get rid of my arch there. I don't think I'm going to end up using that after all. Creating a bunch of very jaggy lines here. Okay. Maybe we can add some more this way. Maybe what I should do is, nah, that's fine. We don't need that right now. Yeah, one could argue this is starting to fall in the realm of, I don't know, fantasy, because I'm not really referencing a lot except some sort of memories of pictures in my head of rock formations. But that's not a strict reference really in this particular exercise. Okay, so we're starting to have a bit of progression here. I'll have to see how far we take this, really. I'm not sure how far we should take this at the moment. Extend this farther down. And we can just duplicate more of these guys here. Slide them down here. These are a little bit blunted. So yeah, that's not bad for what I'm trying to do. Create a bit of a sense of unease, anxiety in the player by seeing all these diagonals, all these agitated lines. just do a quick run through and see if this is actually to scale. It's pretty big, I imagine. Yeah, it still feels creepy enough to me. And if we look at this compared to some of the images I was showing before, yeah, this is kind of what I'm going for. The angles for agitation, confusion, strife, insecurity is the big one. I'm trying to couple that with the downward descent. Uncertainty also, the broken shapes. There's a lot of fragmented pieces of geometry here. I mean, the ground could maybe do with a little more, but I don't want to mess with the player's navigation too much. So let's see. I zoom out here. Now, I know someone had mentioned recently, Ryan had mentioned that there were some shadow issues. They were seeing things not casting shadows. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is with that. If we look under materials, let's see, AutoGrid. Let me see if I look for solid color, dark gray. One thing we see a lot, I think I brought this up, I might have brought this up earlier. Sometimes shadows draw through these things too, which is weird. So, I mean, normally the render queue seems to fix that. I don't profess to be an expert in this thing. The typically transparent turns it off. I'm not even sure why. Like that clearly doesn't make this material transparent. So that's odd. One other thing, I'm not sure if, let's see. Does this guy cast a shadow? This is using, yeah, none of this stuff appears to be casting a shadow. Yeah, let's see if I do AutoGrid, CGMA, materials, sorry. Okay, AutoGrid. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that on transparent because it seems to be better. I'm not sure if maybe it's the building light. If we look for rendering, clearly doesn't seem to be doing much. This is real time. Yeah, and it says it's supposed to be casting shadows, so that's odd. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. That is odd. I do know, like on some of the previous assignments, that things were definitely casting shadows or not. Yeah, I really don't know what that is. And I'll have to look into it, but I'm also not sure. Why it's not generating lighting either. Yeah, because I know previously, like when I had baked lighting, it did just that. It baked the lighting, and now it's not. It doesn't seem to be baking any light maps. So I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's not really that important for what we're doing, but it's an interesting thing to look into. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to work a little bit more here. Not too much longer. Let's continue my hellscape here. So it's kind of like I'm building an armadillo here, but that's not the plan. Just kind of happens that way. Okay, I guess that's getting there. Okay, so that's our very angular thing. So let's just say that, let me just go back to Create kind of a plateau to jump from here. Kind of a scary plateau. Trying to stay on brand here. Keep the scary all the way down. Not blocking the player. If this were an Uncharted game, this could even be a section where maybe the player slides in their butt. Like this is where Nathan or someone slides in their butt on the way down. So you have kind of a scary moment here. Maybe at the very end here, there's a, whoops. Let's see. I'm just going to close this off here. And of course, we want some jaggies here, but I think we probably want to make sure it's still, you know, easily navigable by the player. So we could leave it like that. I'm going to create a small jump here to sort of create a sense of scariness after the player reaches the end of the spiky chute. Let's see if this is jumpable. Okay, down we go. Oh, it is not. Okay, I can do it that way. let's see, this is, I was wondering if I should use a different mesh, but for what we're doing, I don't really know if there's a point. I think for a block out, this is just fine. Okay. I'm getting a little fussy with my geometry here, but that should do it. That should do it. Just going to create a bit of a facade here on this thing. Okay, so there's nobody turning in for this particular Q&A. So I'm going to, I would explain why there's not as much talking on my part. I don't think there were any questions posted this week. I mean, outside of, I mean, specifically to be answered in the Q&A. So if you're wondering why I'm not answering questions, that would be why. There's no one in this session, and I don't have any questions posted in the forums. So here I'm going to start a transition that's more calm geo. Like here I'm doing more, I forgot I should have this on. Bad me. I usually like my wireframe on to see the edges of what I'm building. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do some more subdued geometry, less spiky than this, which got extremely spiky, but not spiky enough because my obsessive need to add more spikes has taken hold again. I can make that a little more naturalistic, I guess. All right, sorry, I keep zooming out because of WASD, believe it or not. A quick and dirty way to add a facade to this thing. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to make some smoother lines here now. So the lines seem more less jarring to the player. They get more of a sense of stability. They're on even ground. There's more closer to more right angles. Okay. Maybe we make the corridor do kind of an S-curve here, which not only occludes the view the way we want, but it also, like I said, helps that transition from that really jagged, scary space beforehand. Now, it's worth pointing out that I don't know how long necessarily this descent should be. There could have been an entire cavern before that that was really scary the player came through. That might have been what was necessary to get the feeling and the pacing we want. But I'm just kind of going off of more of a interstitial phase, I guess you could say. Here things start to straighten out a little bit. Whoops. Now, this is kind of a narrow corridor, and it's worth noting that sometimes, like enclosed spaces, can cause a feeling of claustrophobia, anxiety, that kind of thing. And this is already more closed off than this was. This actually had a higher ceiling. So we could change things up a little bit. Like, let me see, we could do, to lessen that feeling of anxiety, after a certain point, we could we could open it up a little bit. Let's say, for example, create a bit of a curve in the wall. Maybe make this look like it opens up. Meanwhile, keep moving the floor forward here. We could even change up the nature of the environment. We could make it more vegetable, less mineral, for example. Let's see if we do this. Let's see, I'm trying to make this work where I get some more curvy shapes going on here. This could work. I'm trying to view the player's viewpoint here. It's getting a little narrow, which is not what I wanted as much. I feel like if I make it too narrow, it'll again like make the feeler, you might feel a little exposed by being like beneath high ground, feeling kind of exposed by being on low ground. I feel like that could be not a good thing really, if I don't do it right. Okay, that's a little bit better. So yeah, next thing, I'm just going to do a little bit of quick. I still have the old MA versions and FBX versions in here in case you're wondering what that's all about. Could even start to place little bits of grass here. How does it look in the ceiling? Terrible is the answer. Okay. So here we start seeing more greenery. Things look a little less depressing and weird. See, we even see some trees. Let's see. So then maybe, let's see, maybe the player gets there's kind of an incline here. Thanks, Windows, not helping me right now. Oops, let's see, zoom out again. Okay, so I'm gonna add more greenery, I guess. And maybe put another shrub in somewhere here. Maybe that's overkill, I don't know. Let's just run through now. Okay, so we're here. We see this really dangerous thing. Maybe we have a butt slide down here. Then probably want some lighting tricks here so that, again, this is probably where shadowing would be good now that it's pointed out. Oof, and I fell to my death. I really thought we had that close enough, but maybe we don't. No, still not. So I think for the sake of not getting killed, maybe we'll change this color up a little bit. Maybe here we just go straight auto grid. Or looking for a solid color that might look good here. Not that. Let's see. Sure, not sure what that's supposed to be. White, brown. White, brown. White, brown it is. Well, maybe that helps with the, it looks purple in this light, but not sure why that is. See if I moved it close enough this time. It's funny, I really thought we had it. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely scarier there. And then it looks, you have some warmer colors here, you have some green. Things start to look not as scary. And then we get here, and here we could do a nice kind of really gentle green landscape. We could really push that. Oops, I'm on global. Okay. Okay, so yeah, here I just wanted to make a very different kind of environment beyond this, whatever this is, this rocky area here. First, I'll just again, I don't want the player to actually be able to traverse around this edge, so I'm going to try to be a little bit careful to actually block them in. And that'll do it. I guess that blocks me in pretty well. Okay, so now I'll make a little plateau. Of sorts. Just something to stand on like an outcropping. Now from this vantage point, actually let me grab our camera that I almost forgot about. It was this one, yeah. Make that global. Bring it this way. Hello, camera, come back. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Okay. I guess the player height. Oh, there we go. I guess I don't need that anymore. That's roughly the player's view, I guess. When they look out across into the valley. So now I'm going to play that trick from the other lecture I tried here. Exiting Steam. Okay. So if I lock this guy, where's the lock button? There we go. Okay. So now we got the lock on that. We can move some nice green terrain chunks into the distance. I'm going to try to get some nice curves going on here. Make kind of a winding, peaceful winding river here to try to get some of the shapes here with the rhythm, the grace. Yeah, the curvilinear shapes. We see them here like the ovals, the circles. They have grace there, creativeness, whatever that means. But they're definitely positive feelings. Okay, so maybe I can quickly duplicate this. Now, to get a good view of this, we're going to have to lower it. Rotate it. We could go even bolder than that, I think, though, really. Let's take a quick break and see what it actually looks like in game. Take my cowboy again. Let's find my cowboy. Let's see, this guy here. So I hit play here. Let's see what happens. It's not bad, but it's not quite what I want either. So it's a little bit small. So if I zoom way out, let's see what I can do. Just trying to accentuate these curves here. Okay, this is not quite. That's curvy enough, I guess. Maybe the river like flows on the edge of this. If this is a mountain, maybe it kind of flows along the edge here. Just trying to justify our curvy lines here in some way. We could kind of take these guys and just stack them a little bit even. Just duplicate these here. Trying to accentuate the curves a little bit. And maybe from here, the path goes down. All right, I'm just trying to create a bit of a bridge down. That's pretty good for what I'm trying to do. And then of course, we just pepper it with lots of greenery. And then in the distance, we can have, of course, I mean, it's pretty much, it's standard landscape stuff really, but now we have this rhythm for grace, charm, movement, and we can go for triangles for permanence and security, and that helps us, it helps us contrast against the insecurity of the angles we created in the cavern beforehand. So to go very simply here, we'll just go with our ruin. Not our ruin, it was the labyrinth, yes. So yeah, let's put our cowboy here. Actually, let's do one last thing. Let's just take our, let's see, our basic cube here. Let's do, should unlock the camera, I guess. We can put water on this, or blue maybe. Do we have a water material? I think we do still. Good enough. So we get these much brighter colors now as we get toward this part of the level. Okay, so we'll take the cowboy. Posit them back at 0, 0, 0. I think that puts them where we want. Okay, so if we ignore this, we pretend that our first view is of, I can't stand that. My bad. I can't stand it. Sorry, but I just must do it this way. Just trying to create a bit of a contextual start here. Provide some slight justification for why we're here in the level. If it's necessary, but I feel like it's necessary for my own sense of what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Pretend the player like flop down this slide right here, I guess. That could even explain it, really. Might be all we need to explain it. Okay. All right, that'll do. That will do. Except now I'm not even facing the right way. Oh, it's killing me. It is killing me. Although this thing has a problem facing the right way regardless of what you do. Case in point, I seem to be facing that way no matter what I do. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go, I think. Well, the camera's facing that way, which is weird. I bet it doesn't even matter. And it doesn't matter. Okay. So we have our scary pit. We feel confusion, insecurity, strife, the strife of dying on the rocks, maybe missing this jump, which we don't. And we land to this sort of more oasis, comforting. We already get more of a sense of charm, grace, contentment, security with the smoother rocks, the greenery appearing. We get a sense of permanence with the strong, like vertical rock formations as we come up the hill. We see a landscape, we see curves, and the curves show off they create a sense of grace, a sense of calm, serenity. As we move down a smooth path into the curves, into the green, we feel more calm. And so we go from a sense of more negative emotions in the rock to more positive emotions by the time we reach the landscape. And once in the landscape, the greenery is just definitely very calming, along with the water as well, obviously. So yeah, so that's about all I have for the demo this week. I realized no one was able to watch this week, but if you get a chance, that'd be great. And I hope to see you at next week's live Q&A. Thank you.